In this video, we're going to perform fraction operations on the TI-30XS Multiview. So let's look at the first question. So we have negative 1/2 plus, in parentheses, 7/9 minus 8/9. Okay, so your best bet is always to try to make your expression on the calculator look exactly like what you see here. Okay, notice this is a negative. Okay, and this is a subtraction. This is representing the operation between 7/9 and 8/9. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to hit the negative button first for 1/2, and then I'll hit the fraction button. So there's our negative 1/2 plus, now we have parentheses right here. So I'm going to do open parentheses. We have 7/9 minus 8/9, and then we need to close the parentheses. Okay, so I'm going to double check that it looks identical, and our result is negative 11/18. And I've updated our answer right here. Let's look at the next one. I'll clear this out. So now we have, so this one is actually important that you use the fraction button. Okay, so we know that fractions 9/5 is equivalent to 9 divided by 5. But since we have this division symbol here, if we did 9 divided by 5 divided by 3 divided by 5, we actually would get an incorrect answer. We'd have to put both of these fractions, their division, in parentheses, which makes it a lot more complicated. So since the button's right here, play it safe and just make it look like what we see. So 9/5 divided by 3/5. Then we have times. And actually, these parentheses aren't really necessary. Note, if we didn't put the parentheses, the multiplication and the negative symbol would be really close. So it's really just a matter of optics and making it look better. But just in case you're not certain, you might as well always use the parentheses. Okay, in this case, it probably would matter. Okay, so here we're just going to use them anyway. It only takes an extra second. So parentheses, negative, fraction, 7/2, and close the parentheses. And our result is negative 21/2. And I have typed our answer right here, negative 21/2. Okay, we have one more. So first we have the fraction 5/3 minus, okay, now the 1/2 is in parentheses, so the entire number 1/2 is being squared. Okay, so we don't want to just square the 1 or just square the 2. We want to square the whole fraction 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to put it in parentheses just like it is, and then we won't have any problems. 1/2. Okay, close the parentheses. Notice the square is on the outside. If you just need to square something, you could hit this button right here. It says x squared. This doesn't give you an x. I'll actually just show you. If I hit this button, it just squares it. I'm going to go back, and this is handy. I'm going to go back and click delete. In case you ever need to delete something, you could do that instead of retyping the whole expression. But the button that's actually more handy is the caret button. This button right here gives you an exponent spot, and it doesn't have to be 2. Okay, and we're going to have lots of examples where we have to even type multiplication up here. So if you hit the caret and then 2, now I need to multiply by 3/4. If I hit times now, it would be up in the exponent. So use the right arrow until it goes down here. Okay, then we have times 3/4. And again, just double check that the form looks the same. It all looks good. It writes an asterisk instead of a little dot for multiplication, but that's just how this calculator does it. We hit enter, and our result is 71/48. And I've written our answer right here. Okay. So frequently when you're given fractions to begin with, they want the answer to be a fraction. Okay, but based on the last video, you could change these to, this is could be a mixed number, this one could be a mixed number. That's a proper fraction, so we wouldn't write it as a mixed number. And we can also write all of these as decimals. Okay, so the directions will always inform you. The directions don't here, but in any homework example or problem you have to do, you'll be told what form your final result needs to be in.